Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We had some more patch breakdowns for you guys. In this video we're covering Ed. Ed is one of the characters from Season 2 when Capcom added newcomers only aside from Akuma. His distinguishing trait being the lack of complex motion inputs for his specials, a characteristic he shares with Falk. As such, I always felt like the devs didn't want him to be too strong, as he would be also very easy to play. However, it's definitely been improving over the updates. There used to be a time when players thought very little of him, but not so much anymore. Let's check out what they did to Ed in this final patch. Ed's throw range has been increased, with the exception of a few characters which are slightly different, for example Honda or Bison. Most characters' throw range can be classified as above average, below average, or bad. Ed's throw range used to be in the below average category before, but it has now been upped to the above average range. This will help Ed connect with more thick throws, be able to use throws earlier during walk-up pressure, as well as using throws defensively more effectively. On top of this, Ed's standing light kick now has decreased pushback on block. Combined with his new throw range, this can set up new thick throws, and will help him start his offense on a blocking opponent. Psycho Flicker, his under the hand slap move, received an interesting addition. Now, after performing the move, Ed can press 2 punches to do a follow-up for 1 EX bar. This leads to decent damage and good corner carry. Unfortunately, Ed is not close and can't get dash up Oki unless in the corner. Regardless, this is a strong addition to Ed's toolkit, since most of his game plan actually revolves around annoying your opponents with this move. The EX follow-up is unsafe on block, but because you're able to visually confirm it's hitting and do the EX follow-up on reaction, you can save meter in case it's blocked, and cash out when it connects. Now onto his V-Skill 1, Uncharged Snatcher. I actually have a funny story for you guys. Well, the notes say that, both for the ground and air version, and I quote, reduced timing needed to hold the button for the charged version, making it easier to perform the charged version as fast as possible. What they don't say is, that's not actually what they changed at all. In fact, the charged version takes just as long as before, for both versions. And it's not like Urien or Luke, where you can release a bit early to get the empowered version either. I thought I was going insane trying to figure it out, and even went in the trials to compare it with the older versions. I asked Hatson on Twitter for help, and he managed to figure it out. Basically, Capcom tried to make the fastest possible version of the Uncharged move easier to use, as holding the buttons for even a small amount of time would delay the move, which would be especially useful for the anti-air V-Skill. However, in their attempt to fix the issue, because of how the scripts are arranged and how they work within the system, it actually makes the move 1 frame slower as a result. This already happened before with other charged moves of a similar kind, so nice going Capcom, amazing. Something that they actually changed however, is that the uncharged version has higher pushback on block, which means you are out of throw range of some characters, or able to walk out of throws of characters with better reach, even if you are -2. This will make the move safer to attempt in general. The fully charged version of the Snatcher now pulls in opponents right next to Ed when it is blocked, regardless of how far away they are. Before, Ed pulled them a set distance, so a far away Snatcher wouldn't drag them point blank. Now Ed will always be able to threaten a throw. All of the other Ed changes were implemented to fix inconsistencies with his combos, mostly with moves going under characters in the corner. Previously some juggles required precise timing, but they should now be easier to perform and more consistent. And that was the last of his changes. Although not very many, some of them are surprisingly meaningful. The EX follow-up to the Psycho Flicker especially seems to be a standout change to me. Ed doesn't have spectacular neutral, but he can annoy you a lot just with Flicker, both at the end of block strings and sometimes even doing it at range. The fact that he can visually confirm extra damage and knockdown will make this kind of very safe playstyle even more effective. Again, Capcom probably doesn't want to go overboard with him since he's a very simple character to pick up and play. But maybe we'll see more of him as a side character in tournaments, especially in some of the matchups in which he performs best, so I'm hopeful we'll get to experience that in the future. Thanks again to Hatson for helping me figure out that one patch note, it was literally driving me up the wall. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of Ed's changes. As always, make sure to stay tuned to the channel if you enjoy this kind of content. We're always working to bring you new videos to watch, and I'll see you next time.